Hey everybody, this is William from the Godzilla Files, coming at you today with a new Monster Talk video. Today I wanted to talk about some of the best movies to show a newbie for the Showa era. This is personally my favorite era of Godzilla films, so I'm always trying to get my girlfriend to watch them, and I thought this would actually be a kind of fun topic to talk about. And also, since Godzilla is coming out next month, I'm sure that a lot of people are getting into Godzilla for the first time, or just trying to check it out in general. So this is also a great time to talk about that. So without further ado, let's talk about some of the best movies to watch. So one of the nice things about the Showa period is the fact that it goes on for so long. So there's many different types of films to be found in this period of time. But really where any newbie should start is with the original Godzilla. It is a black and white film that to me is an actual classic of the genre and also of films in general. It's very good. And this means even if you watch the American version, Godzilla King of the Monsters, or just the irregular Gojira version, you're going to get a great film no matter what. And to me, this really brings about what Godzilla is truly about, the horrors of atomic weapons. So when you're watching this is a very serious film, and it's very different from other Showa films, as we'll get to. But to me, for you to fully understand Godzilla, this is where you need to start. So moving right along, the next film that you should watch is King Kong vs. Godzilla. To me, this is a perfect example of what a Showa film should be. There's light comedy throughout the whole entire movie, and the kaiju action is great. The biggest appeal here is watching King Kong and Godzilla duke it out. These are two of the biggest names in the genre, and the fact that they were able to get in a film was pretty amazing. You know, some of the things that this film does, you're going to see in later Showa films. And this is kind of the start of what we would consider a typical Godzilla Showa film. And it really does work very well. Now, in the films coming up, they might have done it a little better, but this is where it all starts. And I think this is an important film for that, and also the fact that it is two icons of the genre coming at each other. I would also have to say Mothra vs. Godzilla is another classic, and to many people this is probably the best Showa period Godzilla film other than the original, and I have to agree with them. This is definitely my favorite film of the Showa period for a lot of different reasons. You have one of the best suits for Godzilla in this film, and some of the action sequences are pretty amazing. There's a lot of great shots in this film. The music all comes together nicely. The Godzilla theme is really created here in my opinion. They really get it just right, and going forward it's used all the time. Also, the characters and story are great, and a lot of these early kaiju films, they had some great stories, and that's something that's really important to me that kind of gets lost as the Showa period goes on, but to me this film gets it just right. Moving along, I'm going to have to say Invasion of the Astro Monster is probably my favorite Ghidorah film of the Showa period. And to me, it was kind of a toss-up between this film and the last one, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Space Monster. I kind of find that this movie is a quintessential 60s movie. It has the whole entire alien race traveling through space. It works in so many levels. I love the imagination that's found in this film. The characters are grounded, but everything else is so exaggerated, and it all works. Godzilla has more of a personality in this film. Ghidorah is definitely, it's still a threat, and I think just looks better. I think the special effects also improved. Honestly, if you have to pick one Ghidorah film to watch before the new Godzilla movie, I would almost have to go with this one. I think this one is just really good all the way around, and again has more things going for it than just the kaiju action. Now, for the younger people in my audience, I would have to say Godzilla vs. Gigan is a great starting point. This was the first film that I actually saw as a kid, and it got me hooked on Godzilla. When you're younger, you're not going to notice the stock footage. Yes, of course, now me being older, I know where all these shots came from, but as a kid, it was still very entertaining. You know, the monster action is still very good. While maybe dark in some parts, like Godzilla getting cut and bleeding, it's still a kid-friendly film overall. There's nothing too, crazy about it. And I think that it's also a great introduction to other kaiju, like King Ghidorah, Gigan, and Anguirus. So you can't go wrong with this film, and I think, this is definitely geared more towards kids. And finally, I think you should watch Terror of Mechagodzilla. This is probably the best 70s Godzilla film, and it has to do with the fact that it feels like it was made in the golden era of the Godzilla Showa period. And they really try to make it serious again, which I think was a good idea. Mechagodzilla is back. All you need to know about him is that he's a mechanical doppelganger of Godzilla, and it's pretty great. So if you're a fan of robots, this is definitely a movie you should check out. They also have another kaiju, Titanosaurus, in it, which is also a great addition to the Godzilla series. And honestly, overall, the characters are stronger, the story is stronger, and even the music is better in this film, in my opinion. So they really nailed it, and it was a great way to end the Showa period, because to me, it ends the series on at least on a high note. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed my selections. Let me know if there are some films that you would show a newbie that maybe I missed out on or that you think are better. You know, I'm always interested to hear what you guys think. I think this is a great time to be a Godzilla fan. I think more people are looking at Godzilla because of the new movie coming out. So like I said, I wanted to make a video like this. I might do the other eras of Godzilla, so if you're interested in that, look out for those. But as always guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you all later.